Well, it took me over a month, but I have finally seen the Lego Movie. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this, I was like, alright, a Lego Movie. Okay, I'll check that out at some point when it comes out, on DVD or Blu-ray. I wasn't interested in seeing it in theaters. But this movie has been out since February 7th. A month and a week later, it is still in theaters. It's always in the top 5 for the box office, so it's doing very well financially, and it made it to the top 250 movies of all time on IMDb. So I was like, enough's enough, I'm gonna go check this out and see what all the fuss is about. I will say it's good, but I think that that's a little bit too overhyped. I don't think it deserves to be in the top 250, in my opinion. Now, this movie is about the Lego, like a world in Lego. Think of Toy Story, but Legos. And it's about one character who is just a plain ordinary Lego character. He follows instructions, he goes to work, does construction, and everybody in this Lego world are kind of like drones. They just follow instruction, follow a schedule, and they don't deviate from any plans. And that's because that this one Lego character called Mr. Business decided that he didn't like the chaos of just being able to build whatever. He wanted instructions. So he wanted like a Western world, a pirate world, just everything organized and perfect. And that's why everybody follows this kind of set rules. There's a few Lego characters that didn't, and they're called master builders. They can just build anything from their mind. And I like that. One of the best things about this movie is how they integrate, real Legos with the Lego world. As in, like, at the beginning, when you first had Legos, if you played Legos, most people have, you just had a bunch of Legos and you built whatever came to your mind. You build a house, you build a spaceship, you just build a bunch of different kind of stuff. But then eventually they came out with specific Legos, so like a Western set, a pirate set, a space set, DC specific characters, and you had every piece was meant for something, and there was a specific instruction, and you could build these masterful like castles or spaceships or whatever, and it'd be amazing. But it all had to follow set rules. And this movie is about the one character that's very plain, finding this piece, and he is now the special, and that is the guy that is prophesied to bring back the world of where you can just build anything, of master builders essentially, and not following set schedules, not being drones. And it's okay. The problem that I have with this movie is that it sets up, one scene after another just to kind of progress the story. They run away from the bad guys catch up, they run back away. It just kind of, I wasn't invested in each scene. I did like the comedy. I do love every part that they would show, something about Legos. Like everything in this movie is Legos. If it's, an explosion, it's with Legos. If there's cloud or smoke, it's Legos. It's pixelated. Even the water is like the clear circular Legos that are blue. Everything in here is Legos, and I really enjoyed that. I really did like seeing old Legos that I used to have, like the Western set that they showed. I was like, there, I had that. They had specific Lego characters. Like there's one of them that's a ghost, and he's if you turn off the lights, he's actually glow in the dark. So they didn't actually have him in the dark, so he didn't glow in the dark, but they had like a green hue to him. I'm like, that's awesome. Only a person that had that character would actually know that, why he's a little bit green. Like he's white and green, so it's just, I don't know, just little things like that made me enjoy and appreciate this movie. I love the voice acting. Will Ferrell nailed it as Mr. Business. Also, that's an awesome name, Mr. Business. And perfect Will Ferrell. The main character, who I forget who his name is, but he's a new actor, or just recently becoming popular, and he's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy as Star-Lord, and I cannot wait for that movie. He did such a good job in this movie just with his voice for the comedy that I'm that much more hyped up for Guardians of the Galaxy. So if that guy was able to sell me just on his voice, he's doing a good job. Now, I'll give this movie a 7 out of 10, and that's mainly for the ending. If the ending didn't happen, I would give it like a 5 or 6. It's just there. Like there's a few cool things that do with the Legos. There's some good jokes, but not enough to give a good rating except for the ending. The last portion of this movie, like a good chunk of it, maybe 20-25 minutes, what they do with the ending is awesome. I loved what they did, how they integrated it with the... I don't want to spoil anything, but just the ending is just so well done and made the movie. So 7 out of 10. If it's still playing in your area, it's maybe worth a check out on a cheap night or something like that, or if you have nothing to do, but I don't necessarily recommend it, in my opinion, unless you really want to see this movie and you haven't, like I have, and avoided it for a month and a half. So you've been Bearded In. Thanks for watching, everyone. Beardage.